does gentrification really affect? Personally, I've never experienced gentrification. However, I've done countless research to be able to translate an unbiased information about the topic. This right here is a picture of gentrification. This is the before and this is the after. Look, the exact same property, two completely different homes it looks like. This picture says 1,000 words and has massive effects on our society. So like I've mentioned the word gentrification a few times, but let me give you an exact definition so you have a better idea about it. So basically, it's whenever a wealthier inhabitant will move into a specific area and they'll make it better, they'll attract more businesses, increase the value of the area. The only issue is oftentimes, since they're low-income areas, the people who are already living there can no longer afford to keep up with the rising prices. There are three main components that are really important to understanding gentrification. Its correlation to minorities, where it's most common, and the societal effects that it has on us. Let's go ahead and explore those. So, its correlation to minorities. Sandra Fetter wrote an excellent article that really described the findings of a standard sociologist who determined that minorities are disproportionately affected by gentrification. What happens is that these people will move in and make it wealthier, but the cost of living goes up and these people can no longer afford to live there. Because 16% of these high poverty areas are minority, as to where 4% are white. So therefore that means that no matter how you flip it, minorities will be affected at a higher rate than anyone else. Since these prices go up and people can afford to live there, eventually it becomes a generational thing. However, it's more the unintended consequences of these statistics, because there's no actual proof that proves that minorities are specifically targeted in gentrification. So where it happens is also really, really important. Lauren Favre compiled a list of the 10 most gentrified cities in the United States. The top three are New York City, with 24% of their 4,515 neighborhoods, San Diego with 29% of their 627 neighborhoods, and then Washington, D.C. with 40% of their 1,347 neighborhoods. And these are really wide margins, so it really just depends on how you think about things. On the bright side, that's a lot of room for growth and to attract people. Also, that's a very wide margin of people who are being removed from their homes. And then also, the final topic that is really important to understand gentrification is its societal effects it has on us. I've broken it up into two topics that really embody things, So, the first one is the economics. On the bright side, the neighbor property value often increases, the wealth of the homeowner increases, and overall it's just really good for the economy because businesses are being boomed. Money's coming in and money's going out. On the cons, people are losing their homes, and the amount of affordable homes also decreases. These are detrimental cons to certain people in our communities. And then we have crime. Crime is very important to gentrification simply because it is what determines a good neighborhood from a bad neighborhood. What makes my neighborhood so safe and other neighborhoods not so safe. Ashley Zhang's Gentrification, More Displacement, Less Crime perfectly depicts the correlation between gentrification and crime rates. Specifically, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the crime rate went down by 16% as a result of gentrification. This is an amazing margin. So, I think we can all agree that even though gentrification has some very brutal cons and needs to be worked on, there are some positive aspects. So today, you've learned about a topic that's not very widely talked about. We might see it, but we're not educated on it as a society. Like I said earlier, personally, I've never experienced gentrification. However, it's really important for me that people learn what's going on in their communities and they form their own opinions regarding it, because gentrification is a reality for a lot of people's lives, whether that be a good aspect or a positive aspect. So it's really important we learn about it. So now that you know a little bit more about gentrification, what are you reaping, the good or the bad? And what about those around you?